There you go, just out on our mid-morning stroll. The river seems to have gone back to its normal level nearly. There you go. There's not as much water as there was a few weeks ago. But I've just been thinking about being a dog owner, and you've got to really want a dog, to appreciate a dog really, or puppy, because really and truthfully it's no good getting one like for 2 or 3 weeks and thinking it's not for me and getting rid of it. I think you need to put a lot of thought and planning into it, because really and truthfully they're not around that long, sadly. They don't live to, I mean, what can you get, 15 to 18, 19 years out of them? I mean, think of one of our last dogs, I think she was 15, we've had one 15 and a half, 16 I think. So they've had good lives, but a lot of consideration needs to go into it. I mean, you've got to think of, do you want to take on an insurance for injury? You've got to think of the food, the cost of the food nowadays. I mean, I've just been into the supermarket and a 1.7k bag of Harringtons was £5.50, which really and truthfully wouldn't last long. So you've got to shop around and probably look at the bigger bags, I don't know. But then you've got the injections, and really and truthfully you've got to give them the best life you can. You've got to think, I've got a mortgage, got kids and stuff like that. Can I really afford one? Because if you can't, it's not fair. Like, say 6 months down the road, you hear these stories where people have said, I've had to get rid of the dog because it went for one of the kids, or something like that. And you think, why has it gone for one of the kids? Is there a reason why it's gone? Is the dog getting the right training and stuff like that? I mean, there's a lot more to it than you think. I mean, really and truthfully, you need everybody on the same hymn sheet, singing from the same hymn sheet, and you've got the dog's got to learn, well, the disciplines really, all the disciplines required, where it can come, go. Say if you don't want it on a certain sofa, then train it not to go on that certain sofa. You're going to have mishaps where the dog jumps on there and things like that. But it's up to you to correct it there and then. But I think the problem we're getting, why a lot of dogs are ending back up in these rescue centres, is, I think personally, I mean, I'm not against positive only, but I don't think there's such thing. I really don't. I mean, because say for example, your dog or puppy runs upstairs, jumps on your bed, mucky and stuff like that. You're going to tell it to get off, aren't you? Come down off the bed or that, because you don't want it up there. Now to me, what you've just showed it there is discipline. You don't have to be nasty, but you've just shown your dog discipline, and therefore some mistakes will happen where you leave a door open or ajar and they get through. But it's part and parcel of owning a dog, and you just got to make sure that bedroom door's closed, which would help. The dog then will go upstairs and realise without any effort at all, I can't go in there, that door's closed, so I'll come back on myself. And then you so to me, I think that positive only training, I think it's made up personally. I think people are making that up. I mean, you've got to be positive in a way, have a positive method of training your dogs. You shouldn't use any, like when you're using discipline, there's discipline and discipline, isn't there? You don't use cruelty, physical or mental, on them. When you ask them to leave it, you work it out how to leave it. You either bring them away from the situation without any effort at all. It's well, you've got to put the time in. You really have.